Good morning and welcome to Orktober. Yes, it is finally time for us to break out our old orc models that we've always been wanting to paint and get them painted. And for me, it's even a little bit more exciting because I get to finish my Stampa, and I keep looking over to my right because my big old Stampa is sitting right there just saying, finish me, finish me. Good morning, Raymond, Steve, Adam. How are you all doing this morning? As you know, I am running solo right now. Jeff is at his grandson's soccer game. And he said as soon as he gets home, he's going to try to jump on the stream. El Jefe. That's funny, Raymond. So as soon as he gets home from the soccer game, he said he's going to jump on and see what's going on. What up? Good morning, Don. Then his video and audio keeps freezing. Was able to watch the replay, no problem. Good for you, Jojo, and I hope you're feeling better. I know you're feeling a little under the weather, so hopefully you make a full recovery and you can get back to your normal self. Yeah, so that's what's going on. So I have no photos to show. Hopefully you all have an orc project for Orktober. I'm excited about my project, and I have some other projects. So if I finish my Stampa early in October, one of the projects I'm going to pull out is a long time ago. Let me just switch cameras so you guys can see this one better, because this is a cool scratch build I did a long time ago. It's a Imperial Guards Sentinel. I guess it would be the cab or the main body of the Sentinel. And I just didn't put the top on it and added a buggy motor and an exhaust and some wheels and put in some forks and put some other wheels on it and put a little chain on it. And I just got all kinds of little bits and pieces on this. So if I do get my Stampa done early, I'm going to go ahead and finish up what I call my orc trike. And I want to get this painted. I did this thing. Geesh, how long? I don't know how long ago I finished this project. It was a long time ago when I was doing a lot of scratch building for orcs, because back in the day, orcs didn't have a truck model. We didn't have a Stampa model and a Gorkanaut and a Morkanaut, and we didn't have all this stuff. We had Killicans, we had Def Dreads and all that. Stampa getting work done, leaving the beast snagas to build themselves. Cool. It's a speed chopper. It is a speed chopper. But anyways, back in the day, orcs we didn't have the models. So that's one of the things that attracted me to orcs. It's also what attracts me to Gaslands so much. I'm trying to watch at the soccer field. All right, Jeff is trying to watch us at the soccer field. So anyways, so that's what I'm going to do. I also have another project. Now, this is not built by me. This was built. Oh, I got this in a trade way back in the day, and I forget who built it, and I forget who I traded for it. But anyways, this was his version of a Killican, and it's an old Sentinel. I think it's all plastic, but there's metal bits on it because he's top heavy, so I don't know what parts are metal. Oh, it's the arms. He's got the old Killican arms, the metal Killican arms. So anyways, it's another project I might try to tackle. So those are some of the things I've been working on. I am out with the grandson. Yes, Jeff, you were out watching soccer. Hopefully he's doing good today. So before we jump into the Orktober builds, if you've been on the Discord channel, or if you, I'd call that a Gorknaut. Grotnaut. Yes, that'd be a good name for a Grotnaut. That'd be awesome. If you've been on the Discord channel, or if you have not heard via Facebook, whatever social media platforms you're following, Imperial Outpost Gaming was was awarded best game store in Arizona through the New Times. New Times, it's no longer a newspaper or free publication. I think it's all online now. I don't think I've seen a physical copy of the New Times in a long time. And for the New Times has always been just kind of a hipster, kind of what's going on, controversial stories, kind of edgy back in the day. I don't know what it is today, but IOG was nominated as the best game store in Arizona, and I'm very proud. Darren is a great business owner, and has a wonderful shop. He has a great group of employees that kind of share their same passion with gaming and everything with the customers, always taking care of the customers. And what's really exciting about the fact that he was nominated or awarded this is with all the new game stores popping up in the valley, he's still being recognized as the go-to game store, especially in the West Side. So that's exciting news for IOG and the employees. So you guys all deserve a round of applause, because I know Joe's watching and he's an employee, and Steve's watching. You guys do a great job with the customers. Congratulations. This is a very prestigious thing to have awarded, and it helps drive customers to the store because that magazine gets in front of a lot of people. And the article was written about board games, card games, miniature games, talking about all the different things that the shop has to offer. So good going there. And speaking of game stores, and talking about all the new game stores popping up, yesterday was the soft grand opening. This sounds interesting. Soft grand opening of the Old World Games. And this is a store that opened in Scottsdale. So basically it's off of Frank Lloyd Wright and the 101. And me and my buddy Jason drove up there yesterday just to check it out. It's like, hey, this is a new store. What is it all about? Scottsdale doesn't have a lot of game stores. They had the GW store, which is literally across the freeway from the Old World Games. And that was pretty much it. So it was neat to see it. It's actually being ran by Luke, who used to run the GW Scottsdale store. So I got to talk to, it's the first time I've ever met Luke. Nice guy. And chatted for a little bit, and that was, checked out a store, picked up some new hobby tools. They just happened to be on the shelf. I'm like, I could use some new tools. But if you happen to be over in the Scottsdale area, Luke. Luke is running the store, and I believe he is a partial owner of the store. I think he has a couple partners. I didn't get into the specifics of his business, but I do know he is a part owner of the store. So yeah, but he's running it primarily. And just neat. It's and again, another general gaming store type setup or scenario. Barely awake. But I know how to read it, so I just like to Dies Luke. Just sounded fun. But yes, spelling is always optional in life. As long as you get the first letter right, I can pretty much figure out what you're writing. But it was just neat to see it. It's so Magic the Gathering, very a little bit of a board section that's going to probably grow. Usual stuff, GW models, Song of Ice and Fire, Marvel Crisis Protocol, Star Wars Legion, just stuff that we're pretty much aware of going on these days in the gaming realm. If you really sit down and look at a game store, you can kind of pick like, okay, they're probably going to carry this, and this. Didn't see any RPG stuff, but give it time. It's a new store. The one thing, talking with Luke, just like everybody else, and I was out there with my buddy Jason, and Jason is the owner or the main owner of Talon Strike Studios, which is a board game publishing company, and he is struggling right now with shipping. And Luke was having the same issue with some of his products. Just if you paid attention to the news at all, or seen any of the photos that are floating around. Enough stuff. Oh yeah, he had plenty of. Well, we bought a bunch of stuff now. He has plenty of stuff for opening. There was lots of product on the shelves, but it's a new store, so it's not like bursting at the seams. But there was plenty of product, and if you go to Facebook and you go to Old World Games, you'll find photos of the opening. But product shipping is an issue right now. And if you haven't been watching the news, if you see photos off the coast of California over by the docks, there's just shipping container trucks or boats just floating out in the bay area, out in the ocean, just going in circles, simply because they don't have enough staff or people working the docks to get these container ships offloaded fast enough. And it's creating huge delays in shipping. Then also just shipping costs in general have skyrocketed. Just to get a container ship across from China or wherever, it's went up like 700%. So one of the things that I am doing, this is just a Mike thing. You guys don't have to follow my advice in life. I'm Christmas shopping now. I'm literally going out and Christmas shopping now, because some of the retail people I listen to are saying that things have been delayed. Like if you wanted a Nike product, Nike's going to dry up on the market right now because they had kind of a delay with I guess they get stuff produced in Vietnam, and they basically shut down Vietnam for a period of days because of COVID, and shipping containers are backlogged. So you may see Nike products harder to find. So there's like companies like that. And I can only speak because Hot Wheels are really hard to find right now. A lot of Hot Wheels I go to Target and Walmart's and not much to pick from. Now, there are certain stores that are getting product in because their warehouses themselves have backlogs of inventory. But as that inventory dries up, like Hot Wheels are out of Malaysia and they're just hard to find right now. So word of advice, you may want to, if you got children and they want a Lego toy or a certain type of a toy, you may consider buying it now. And I know it seems kind of odd to talk about shopping for Christmas on October 3rd, but it is Orktober 3rd. So if you don't want to deal with that, because it's going to be, I feel it's going to be kind of a crazy Christmas. People want to go out and buy stuff. They're working, they got money, but now our shipping chains have some issues, and it could clear up quicker. Maybe, maybe they can get more people on the docks to unload the boats. Who knows? But things are a bit crazy, and I would just be cautious, and you may want to be a little prepared. Shipping prices are up like 30% and getting harder to source container. Yep. And let's not forget how long it's taken. Yep. That's everything that they were talking about. So I don't know. You may want to go Christmas shopping today. Head over to IOG and go talk to Joe or Steve and go find out what you want to buy yourself for Christmas, and then put it in the closet. And that's where the hard part's going to be. Put it in the closet and forget about it till Christmas. That way you have something open on Christmas Day. But anyways, just a word of advice. So anyways, that's my ramble. That's about all I got to ramble. So what I want to do is I'm going to switch cameras, and I'm going to dust off my Orc Stompa, so that way we can kick off Orktober with everybody. So I'm going to kidnap you guys real fast, so that way I can turn on my lights and not blind you. Because I don't have a professional lighting studio, and kind of take you through what my orc model was. This was the face plate for my orc, and as you guys know, I painted it different colors. Weather is so nice. Are going to drive to see the new Venom movie. Oh, that new Venom movie looks awesome. I don't know if I'm ready to go to a movie theater yet. I'm still anti-peoply, but maybe I will. So anyways, this is the, and it is super dark. Because I wanted this to be kind of rusty and crusty. It's a badge of honor for my Stampa because these are all parts, as you guys remember. I have like Blood Angel symbols and Space Ultramarines and Iron Fist and just different symbols from vehicles that have been destroyed in battle. And so I need to, I'm probably going to leave it. I'm thinking I'm going to do some very light silver chipping with like a dark silver on some of the edges and stuff, but I haven't gotten that far. Do you remember the head of my Stampa? Thanks to Jeff, he kind of walked me through doing the checkering pattern, and we went for very kind of imagining like different orc guys, painting each different section of the checkering, and one of them was having a bad day and didn't listen, didn't read, and oh, it's a drive-in. I'm sorry, I didn't even see that drive-in. That'd be awesome. I haven't seen a drive-in. I haven't been to a drive-in in a long time. The Venom movie is fantastic. Yeah, I watched it last night. Need to stay. Oh, okay. End credit scenes. All right, Steve. Thanks for the heads up because I have a tendency not to do that. So, anyways, this is the head of my Stampa, and I want to finish that up, and then the beast, the beast itself. He doesn't quite fit. Do 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 do. So, anyways, this is my stomp. As you guys know, I was when I started this project, I was working with new weathering techniques using a lot of oil weathering, and I'm really happy with how all the weathering turned out on this model. So I still had a ways to go. So I was really hard on the. This is going to be a challenge to do on cameras again. I was really hard on the weathering down here because in my mind, the way my mind works, this thing's stomping across the universe and all the debris and soot and everything's going to be down here. But I was keeping it really kind of clean. Oh, that's how it works. Up to I forgot he could balance on the half. So everything would be kind of cleaner up towards the top. And that was my mindset. And I'm still going in that direction. I'm still happy with the way that's all turning out. I got to get the smokestack washed. I want to get, all the black up in here. And then I got to start weathering up or getting the guns all weathered up. But yeah, this is like for you guys, I don't know if you all remember. I've been working on this project for years. I started, ORKTOBER is my thing. And I think I started it like 3 years ago. Just, 1 month, it took me to build it. And I built it for the release of Apocalypse. And I don't know if you guys remember Apocalypse when it released. But Jonathan over at the GW store in Goodyear wanted to have some stuff, wanted someone to demo the game, and there was 2 of us, and we got together and we I built this for that. So I don't remember when. I think it was like 3 years ago when that came out. It's been a while. Time has kind of gone in weird directions, but it's been a while, and that's when I built it. And then since then, it's just been slowly, like every October, working on it, slowly but surely, painting it and doing things with it and just, working on it. So anyways, so that's where I'm at with my Stampa. I think today what I'm going to do is be very careful with it. Is I want to get this part washed with some black. And then I want to start washing some of the weapons with black just to tone down the silver, get into all the cracks and crevices, and just start adding some of that texture, that tone. And then I'll highlight it back up, and then I also need to wash around here. So I just want to start toning some of these colors down. The silver to me is just a little too bright. And then also I want to start working on the head. There he is. So I got the horns, like I painted up. So some of my parts that I'm going to be putting on him, these are the horns left over from my Squigoth, my Forge World Squigoth. So these are resin. And I like these horns better than the horns that came with the Stampa. Those are the horns that came with the Stampa. They're really big and stuff. I just wanted something a little smaller. And I thought these were cool. So I want to put those on them because I think, it's a good size and I think it works with the shape. I thought the other ones were just a little too big. And that gives me, I can use the original horns for something else, another project. But I'm going to keep the head off until I get the body to the point I feel everything's good, and then attach the head, and then doing all the detail work, lots and lots of detail work. So it's a project, it's a process. So let me get started on it. Let me find my Nolan Black. Yesterday I got to, because I finished some of my other projects. I got to clear off my desk, clear off all my paints and put all my paints away. That's always a fun thing to do. Because when I'm working on projects, I just put all my paint to the side. So everything's put away, so I get to start all over again. So, anywho, I hope you guys are all ready for a wonderful day of fun and excitement in your lives. My wife and I are going to be going to the farmers market, which is something we go to the one off the 101 in Northern. And it's just something we've always enjoyed doing. But, during the summer months, to be honest with you, I don't want to go to the farmer's market. But like Raymond was saying, the weather is really nice right now. So it's time for us to get back into our outdoor activity. This is where Arizona shines as a state, is this time of the year when the weather is just outstanding, and we all start going out and doing stuff. We're freed from the 120 degree temperatures. So yeah, it's exciting. Yeah, washing stuff is, I'm just trying to grunge it up and oops, I just hit my model. Good thing it's an orc model. It doesn't need to look pretty. Just trying to grunge it up and just, do orky stuff. Orcify it. One of my biggest challenges for this model is going to be, what do I do with it when I'm done? Where do I display it? Where do I put it? How do I store? How do I transport it? When I originally built this, I tried to figure out a way to kind of magnetize the arms and make it so that the arms could come off and be, and I could take the head off and transport it. And I tried some magnet stuff. I even tried putting a metal rod through the center, and unfortunately, just the way the arms are, it's not a straight shot. And just all kinds of crazy stuff I tried, and nothing really worked. It's unfortunate. I couldn't figure out a way to that's why everything's glued on, which means now transporting it's going to become a bit of a challenge. So up towards the top of these smokestacks, I'm just going to flood it with paint, the wash, and just let it run down to kind of represent, I don't know, it rained one day in the 41st millennium, and all the soot from the top of this just got wet and just ran down. I'm trying to get the insides as well. So I'm just going kind of heavy up towards the top just so I can kind of create this effect. Box with bubble wrap. Well, yeah, it's probably what it's going to end up being. It's just a box with bubble wrap. I don't know. Maybe I'll build a special custom wooden box just because, Why not? So yeah, there we're getting the top wash. We're getting those all washed up. And I want this kind of like runny effect. Let me see if I can get that on the camera better. Kind of this runny effect. It just kind of gives it a little bit of a see all. You see all? No, I have not seen all the what ifs. I still need to find the time to watch those. I have been very bad at not keeping up with the TV watching. Just some other things going on during the evenings, and I haven't caught up. I think I've only seen the first two. Well, I saw the Captain America one, I guess would be the best way to call it. And then I think the other one was Black Panther, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I forget. Maybe I didn't see the second one. I think I started watching it and didn't finish it. But yeah, to be honest, I've been a little. It's Halloween time, so lots of horror movies. My wife and I have been watching. We started watching Midnight Mass. That's the one we started watching this week. And I'm really digging that movie simply because they're playing Neil Diamond. I am kind of a Neil Diamond fan. Seen him in concert. And grew up listening to Neil Diamond. And they're playing Neil Diamond music, which, sometimes music can make a movie great. So, and I like Neil Diamond. But yeah, I will get on top of that and get all those watched. I haven't watched any of the new stuff from Warhammer TV either, simply because it's not out on Samsung yet, the app. And I watch all my stuff, in my living room, and it's on the Samsung TV. So I'm waiting for that app to come out for the Samsung so I can start watching. Because right now I'd have to watch everything on my phone, which I think I was kind of upfront. I was kind of like, I don't want to watch that stuff on my phone when that came out. I think you lose out if you watch it on your phone. And just getting some other weathering up here. So yeah, I haven't kept up with it. I lose geek credit. So, but I'll get on top of it. So what I'm doing now is I'm watering down the wash as I put it on, because I want the pigment to really just go into the cracks and crevices. And I'm trying to keep the yellow. Trying to get some of the wash to go into the seams. So one way to do that is just watering it down. And you can actually just take a paper towel afterwards and just wipe up the smooth surfaces if you want to. But I'm trying to get it to just go into the cracks and crevices. Paintbrush flying out of my hands, flying out of control. So this is a good starting point for this. Just going to take a little bit of time to get back into the groove of painting this model. He's so big. What should I name my Stampa? Should I name my Stampa? Should we have like a naming contest? Like, what would what would you name a Stampa? I'm thinking I need to come up with a cool orc name, because then I could like make a nameplate, get him, put his name on the front of the guard there, whatever I'm going to call it, whatever you want to call it, that decorative piece, It's war trophies. But I should name them. Could be fun. Oh, getting a little bit of a rundown here. Boy, this isn't easy, folks. Probably should have left more of this taken apart before gluing it all together, but you know, what are you going to do? And I'm dropping. Where's all that coming? It's probably coming from up here. Anywho. So I'm just trying to get some color on here, get some washes on here, just to kind of tone all this stuff around, get it all toned. So that way I can start going through and just highlighting it, making stuff pop. Make it all pop. It's not the most exciting thing to watch on stream, but it's all part of the hobby. Not everything is glamorous when you're making painting models. Sometimes things are quite boring. I think I'm just going to hit it all with a wash. I think that'll just be the best thing to do. Then I can just come in and clean it up. How about Shadow of Gork? Yes. Shadow of Gork. I'm liking it. That works. Shadow of Gork. Let me roll that around for a little while. See how it rolls off the tongue. It sounds good. Again, I'm just wiping up excess. Off the colored parts. So what are you guys working on? What orc projects are people gravitating towards? I know beast nagas are the big thing, and today I think all the new, the big killer whatever thing comes out. I forget the exact name of it. And then some of the other character models come out today. I will need to probably look at picking some of that stuff up. Just to have a little bit more in the collection. The big killer, whatever the heck it's called, I forget. Looks interesting. It's kind of weird. But it's kind of orky. It's like it's going to fit with the beast nagas. So I think I'll probably dig that. I can guarantee you next Orktober, if I finish this, which I should be able to finish this this year, but expensive. I didn't look at the price. I try not to look at the price anymore. If you look at the price, you just get depressed. I don't know how much it is, but yeah, I'm sure it's probably well over $100 because it was in a big box. And sometimes I think GW's pricing is based on box size. So I'm sure it's well over $100 for it, which is fine. It's not like you need 20 of them. I guess that's the advantage of it. You only need one, unless there's some reason to have more. But I would be hard pressed to have more than one. I'm sure it takes up an important slot on your army build. People were taking 3. Oh my God. All right, well, that seems a little snap, crackle, pop. I don't know. To each his own. Not a very diverse army if you got 3 of them. It's a heavy choice. That's what I figured. It was probably heavy. All right. We are slowly getting things washed. And what I'll do from here is that's when I can go through and start dry brushing it and just getting like the edges to pop and, usual stuff. I'm not using any, I think the oil weathering is probably the most creative thing I'm going to do on this model when it comes to painting. I don't think I'm going to get too like using blends and washes or blends and glazes or anything like that. Yeah, 3 of those would be, it'd be interesting. But we haven't seen the FAQ for the Orcs yet. As soon as the FAQ comes out, I think that's when we'll see the final what's cool in the new Orc Codex. I haven't seen the FAQs. They might be out. I just haven't seen them. Still haven't even gotten a Codex yet. So I think Darren's got my collector's edition Codex coming down with him from Montana. So I will see everything at that point. And then I can start trying to formulate what I would consider a proper orc list. As much as I think the new Beast Naga models are cool, they're neat. It's a good thing to do. I would still rather have my mechanized orc army of Stompas and I thought they had an initial. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard anything about an FAQ for them yet. Normally, after the FAQ comes out, like the army list constructions change if there's any big changes. So, and that might be something that could change with people running like multiples of some of those bigger, heavy models. We'll see. They may not change too much. Never know. GW's kind of in a world of their own. All right. So I notice I have a black dot right there. If I built Orcs, I'd go for full Beast Nagas. Yeah, and I think Beast Nagas would be a good way to go, if you went full Beast Nagas. For me, my orc army's already painted with mechanized stuff. If I was going to go, I would do a whole new orc army. I would just, change my color schemes, change everything, and just go full new orc army build and just go nuts with some of the Beast Nagas and make. So I was back in the day, I played Epic. One of the orc factions I never could build were the feral orcs, and the feral orcs were scavengers of the battlefield. Used kind of like they used all the squigs and everything like that. So if I was going to go in that direction with all Beast Nagas, I would try to kind of come up with a feral orc, maybe use some of the new orcs coming out for Age of Sigmar, the Cruel Boys, and come up with using those to represent the boys and maybe changing, if I could. I don't know if I could change out their weapons. I think I could, and give them guns and, create something like that. And the guns I would use would be a variety of different guns from different factions. So I'd have bolters from, Space Marines, and I would have, you know, rifles from maybe some of the IG guys to represent the big shooters. And I would really kind of create a feral orc army list. Maybe take for a Gorkanaut, I've got a and now I'm going down a path. I'm going down a path. I have one of these bad boys, and I might chop this all up and make it make this a Gorkanaut, and maybe change out some of the heads and chop up some of the stuff. Obviously, talk to Jonathan about how to remove all these sacred symbols. But you know, make this into a Gorkanaut. That's where I would go with it if I was going to do a new army. Is it would be highly customized. Again, that's where my passion's at. That's where that's what gets me excited about what I do. Has more to do with what can I build, what can I do. I'm a special snowflake. I want all my stuff to look special type stuff. Anyways, right now I need to set this to the side because all that wash needs to dry before I move on to doing anything else. But yeah, I think a feral orc list would be fun. Maybe get a battle wagon and have the squig chop like the engine compartment off of a battle wagon and put a couple squig offs, kind of like pulling it along the battlefield. I think that would be fun. You know, just neat stuff. But that would be a passion project, something that I would have to dedicate a lot of time to. So I had to get some new clippers, and when I was at Old World Games, they had some of the Monument Hobby tools. I got the clippers, and I got the new it's a mold line scraper, and it's just basically has curved edges for scraping mold lines. But I'm also going to just use it. I really love my GW cheapest tool they sell on the market. Good morning, David. Cheapest tool they sell on the market. Their little scraper, paint scooper, mixer thing. I really like this tool. I've got a couple of them. But I think this is going to be used mainly for that. I don't necessarily need it for mold line scraping, but I figured for scooping like textured paints out of the pots and things like that. So that's kind of why I picked that up. See how that does, because one of the problems I have with this particular tool is these are really weak, and when you're scooping in and you're trying to get some of that harder texture paint out, it bends and flops, and then when you're pushing it around, it kind of gets floppy. So that's why I figured this might be a little bit better for it. And if you guys know me, I like to modify things. I may take this to my grinder and grind that more down to like a flatter point to be more like this, to kind of mimic this tool more. But anyways, I picked one of those up. I don't even know how much it was. And I picked up some new clippers because my clippers were slowly dying on me and they weren't working. And I saw these and I was like, all right, they got the spring is exposed. So if you look at my old clippers, the spring is right here, which is concealed. The spring is exposed. So I'll see how this works. Obviously they had the M, the Monument logo M etched inside of it, and then they printed silk screened on this. So we'll see how that goes. But my clippers were dying. It just happens as time goes on and you use them, especially with everything chopping up all the Hot Wheels stuff that I do, creates a challenge. How am I going to get in there? I think I need to cut this off. Whoopsie. Whoopsie's never something you want to hear when building models. And I save all these blocks. If I ever get around to making Gaslands terrain, I'll use those blocks as like just terrain features, terrain pieces. David, I've started working on your dice tray, buddy. By the way, got it at the paint stage, so I'm going with a metal, and so I got it primed down with lead belcher. So I'm getting that going. I'll wash it, and I still haven't decided which direction I'm going to go. I still haven't decided if I'm going to, like, this looks like battle damage, so I might go like Rusty Crusty, but some of this stuff looks very, I don't know, Aristea-ish. So I could go like 80s bright colors, things like that. I just noticed some stuff inside there. So anyways, I've got that going for you. It's on the long list of stuff I'm painting. So what I'm going to do now is just file these, the horns flat. So that way I can get them onto my Stompa's head. I'm waiting for a game company to make logoed. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I'll talk to Jeff. Maybe Jeff and I should do this. And we'll get fingernail files, and we'll have What's New with Mike and Jeff painted across them. And we'll sell them. Because sometimes a lot of people are just rebranding other odd, like these are just probably wire cutters rebranded, but I don't know if there's anything particular. Jason may be able to, if I ever run into Jason, I'll ask him. I'll probably see him at LVO. I'll ask him if there's something very specific about them, other than, you know, they're flat, but all clippers are. So maybe we'll just relabel something and sell it. It could be fun. And we'll say these are the files for miniature painting. Cut through anything. All right. So yeah. So that's how the horns are going to look. And I just think that size horn looks a lot better than the big ones. That's just a personal preference. You know, everyone can do their own thing in life, but that is my personal preference. It's still a little wobbly when I put it on, so. Just take your time and get it straight. Anywho. Get that glued on. Like it. I like it a lot. And I'm going to go with my thicker CA glue, which is the MaxiCure Pure Extra Thick. So this takes 10 to 25 seconds to dry. I have not timed it yet. It's all about making sure it's all, well, it's Orc, so it doesn't need to be perfect. But, you know, these are bad moons, so things need to be better than sloppy. First horn's on. Now we'll grind down the second one. Need to take a sip of Diet Coke. Today's episode brought to you by Diet Coke and the What's New with Mike and Jeff model files. I think Andy's does that. Let me double check something real fast. I thought I bought some files like this and they from Andy's Hobby headquarters, and I think he had his name put on them. Anyways. Rebranding stuff. The reason rebranding stuff usually works is because the company rebranding it has a following. And it's more or less people are just buying because of the following. Like I follow Monument Hobbies. I like Monument Hobbies paints. I love the Pro Acryl. And that's one of the reasons I bought these. Plus I needed them. I just want, give them a shot. I could have bought a dozen other types of clippers. But I give it a shot. They're different. I'm willing to try new stuff. Part of the hobby is exploring and trying new things. I do like Jason. Jason from Monument Hobby. Plus, I have a friend named Jason. So I like supporting him, supporting what he does, supporting his paint. Pro Acryl is making a big splash in the painting community. So is Duncan's Too Thin Coats. I guess that Kickstarter was wildly successful. Happy that Duncan is moving along and able to explore. He's an amazing painter. So amazing. Again, he's a personality. So I think a lot of his success he owes to GW. But neat stuff. That's kind of what we follow in life. That's what we do. All right. Another drop of the 10 to 25 second glue. Perfect. Dun 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 dun. Yes, I am a little crazy. So I just came up with I have a cart on the side of my workbench, and it's got a little tray, and I hang all my tools on it like that. Well, obviously these are going to be a problem to hang. They'll work. It will work. All right. So the head is done. So this is going to need to get weathered up as well to kind of match. I think I'm going to leave the ladder on the back black. And I actually have another ladder. Again, this is the ladder from my squig off. And this is one of those weird things, like you're supposed to have it on the model, but I didn't want to glue it on the model. So here's my squig off, if you guys can remember. This actually gets kind of hung right here on the model. And because I'm keeping these parts separate for transportation, because this will fit in my transport boxes better. I didn't want to put this on here. So, because I was afraid, that's going to make it a problem for transportation. And then I was like, well, I can just leave it inside and blah, blah, blah. But then, I was like, why not just attach it to the back of the Sampa someplace? Like, I have hatches and doors and things like that, so why not just attach it back here someplace? Like, I could attach it there, because I'm not building all the other structures that go on the Stampa. Like, this is my build for my Stampa. There's other structures and there's workers and all kinds of stuff you can put on the model. Mine's just going to be this. I'm going for a very stripped down version of my Stampa. So I may just glue this ladder right here just for looks. And that's pretty much going to be the end of it. And that could lead to, like, for guys, workers to get up into the different areas. This could be a hatch that opens up. I don't know. It's a Stampa. It's unrealistic to start with. So anyways, so that's going to be another piece that I glue on. The model itself has tons. Like, these are the other bits and pieces, and I've got these glyphs. I want to save these for other projects. This is the ladder that came with the model. I'll save that for another project. There's chains and bits and pieces. All of these are just bits and pieces that I'm just going to save for other orc builds. These are all the character model, like all the grots and whatnot and everything like that. Again, save these for other projects. I think the Stampa is impressive enough. I don't want to get it lost in all the little details that come in the kit. So anywho, that was my rant. All right, those are looking good. So I'm going to wash this with probably a brown, and then I'm going to go through and kind of wash it with I'll probably go with black. Let's see. Oh, big Stampa, get out of the way. Agrax Earthshade. I'll just wash the whole thing in Agrax Earthshade. It's kind of a mid brown black kind of a color. Do. Let's do this. That way I can hold it. Poster tack to the rescue. If you don't have it, you should get it. Again, now we're just trying to kind of grunge up and tone down and make everything kind of match. Can't always do that with white. Uh-oh. Poster tack not to the rescue. Get it back in here. All right, that's not going to work. Failure. Failure is an option when painting orcs. Things don't always work out as planned. Just wasn't enough contact or stickiness to hold such. No. Sorry, guys. First casualty already. He's already casualty. No. Gives me a chance to re-glue it and recenter it. How's that sound? There we go. Back in action. I know Jeff's going to be working on an orc project. He's got a cool boss model he's going to paint up, which is going to be cool to see. Hope you guys have a cool orc project. Jeff just texted me. Let me in.
Hey!
Hey! Oh my God, where you been? I was just talking about you.
I just heard. I just got back from my grandson's soccer game. So
All right, how do you do?
really good. They won. They really won. Right now, they're. I mean, he's in the first grade, so
Yeah.
it's basically a bunch of kids just running around trying to kick the ball.
Yeah.
There's no strategy or they don't pass a lot. But over the last several games, they've gotten a lot better. So they're heading in the right direction.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. So
I'm just kind of coming to an end here. Hey, Raymond says El Jeffy in the house.
yeah.
So
Uh,
I've been spending all morning just trying to figure out how to work on my stomp on camera again. You know how that is.
yes, I absolutely do.
You did that big model last October. So
Yeah.
why don't you show everybody what you're working on? Because I know you got a big.
I was getting ready to switch cameras right now.
All right, because I know you're going to do a cool Orky project.
I'm doing the Beast Boss. Let me get my lights rearranged here. Oops. So this is the model that I'll be working on.
Yeah.
And I've got him right here.
All primed up.
All primed up, ready to go. And I think what I'm going to do though is I'm going to use my my Instacolors.
All Instacolors?
Yeah, I'm going to use my Instacolors on this guy.
Sweet.
So I'm not, like I said, I've never used the Instacolors at all. So I'm not sure how that's going to go.
Jeff is texting me again.
No, it's not me.
No, my phone just does a reminder.
Ah, okay.
It just keeps going.
I love the names of some of these Instacolors, like zucchini skin.
Yeah. Different, huh?
Zombie skin. There we go. There's some really interesting colors here.
Yeah, I still haven't picked up my box set yet. So I'm going to try to get over. I might be able to get over there today. I don't know. We're going to the farmer's market.
I asked them to throw it behind the counter, put your name on it, but there is one over there for you.
All right. Well, I will get it picked up. If I don't get it to us today, I'll be down there on Friday. I was talking to everyone earlier. Now the party can start. Thanks, John. Oh God, I didn't even know John was watching. So apparently, he was watching in secret.
I always have been a big draw.
You are a big draw in so many more ways than one.
I'm not sure how to think that.
That's exactly why I said it.
I think I'm going to start with the actually hit the flesh areas with some of this Bone Charm primer from Instacolor.
Bone Charm primer. Are you going to hit it with your airbrush? Is that there?
No, I'm going to brush it on.
Okay. So I went over to Luke's new store yesterday.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Just head out, check it out. I've never met Luke before in person.
Right.
I think him and I only became friends maybe through Jonathan because he was the GW store owner or manager for Scottsdale.
Right.
So, but his new store, he did a soft opening. It's good, dude. It's a neat store.
Cool.
So,
did you get any insight into what prompted him to?
No, I really didn't want to talk. I didn't really want to talk about any of that kind of stuff because he was, it was like on the floor was, people all over the place. So,
right.
I didn't want to get any insight, but it's not just it's him and some other people. So he's like you like to call it the Hydra.
Yep.
So we'll see.
Statistically, Hydras have a hard time surviving.
Unless the business partners are like not involved, I guess.
They have a tendency to fall apart. So
hopefully he can make it work.
I'm hoping so too, but they end up as the business grows and does better. Each one of the owners starts having a different. I mean, depending on how their ownership and partnership is written, they start their ideas of where the shop should go
Always different.
It starts to become different.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm optimistic. I'm always optimistic. Luke is. He seems like a really nice guy and knows what he's doing. So,
unfortunately, my life experience on that particular topic has made me pessimistic.
I still have a ray of hope in my life.
Oh, I have hope in my life.
There you go.
I hope people aren't going to piss me off.
Oh God, don't even try them. I think that's my middle name.
I was actually watching the game this morning with my my son-in-law was there and my daughter and I'm watching these youngsters, and I actually I did a little bit of assistant coaching for my daughter's soccer team back in the day. I did it because no one else would volunteer to be the assistant coach, and he really needed one, and I knew nothing about soccer. But I was and I'm not really patient enough I'm too competitive at times.
Sure.
So, but I was watching these kids run around trying to play soccer, and it's funny. And my son-in-law is included in this. The parents are yelling at their son, giving him instructions, and the coach is on the side of the field giving them instructions. So sometimes I think these kids are just confused because they don't.
Yeah.
So.
Because they're probably looking in the audience at mom and dad.
Yeah, they snap around. You can see their head going from mom and dad to coach, mom and dad to coach. And now I say that, but I was the exact same way with my daughter because she played soccer for 2 seasons, and then she tried basketball. And when the basketball coach and I almost came to blows, I stopped going.
Yeah, jail is not a fun place for people.
Well, he was a complete douchebag.
Yeah.
And she was like in the 3rd or 4th grade, and he was yelling at them like my coach yelled at me when I was a freshman in high school.
Oh, that's wrong.
It's like, dude, they're just learning the game.
Yes.
Chill.
They're not all going to be a Michael Jordan. Come on.
Yep, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
But I appreciate you holding down the fort until I got here.
Hey, I think I put everyone to sleep.
Well, you're better at the solo stuff than I am, so I have a hard time.
I don't know if I'm better at it.
I feel you're better at it. I have a really hard time staying, because I become obsessed with. I got to keep everybody entertained, and I end up failing miserably. Oh,
well.
I tried to
a little bit about different things.
Did you see my comments I made early on, or was that my field? The feed was so bad. I don't know if my comments got through.
Well, you were making comments under What's New with Mike and Jeff, and yes, 2 of them made it through. But
because I actually jumped on right when you logged in to share the stream with my Facebook page and Imperial Outpost page, like I normally do.
Got it.
So that happened. So I made sure that happened at least. So.
Well, there you go. You're still doing your due diligence.
Trying to be a responsible streaming partner. So
there you go.
But the whole time I was doing that, I'm going, "Come on, Dino, you can do it, buddy."
You call him Dino?
Dino I call him Dino. Yeah, his name is Dean, but I call him Dino, which he likes because he thinks it's because of the Flintstones dog, but it's not.
I grew up with a guy who I went to school with. His actual name was Dino.
Well, there was a gentleman that worked for Games Workshop, Dean Clark, who I really liked and respected Dean quite a bit, and everybody just called him Dino, so it's just kind of grown on me. And so Dean is Dino. That's just what I call him. And it's unfortunate, but true.
It's unfortunate, but true.
But it's like guys named Tim. I call Timmy.
Yeah. Guys like Mike, you just call jerk. Oh wait, never mind.
I refer to him as Mike.
Same thing.
Same difference. Same difference. Yeah, I think for these Instacolor paints, because I primed it black, but I think
they're a little thin to go over black.
Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is after the show, I may just mix up some airbrush with this Bone Charm primer, and I may just base coat the whole thing in that.
There you go.
And then start over. So,
or you can just zenithal highlight it real fast.
Yeah, that's true. I could do that
because that might actually make that that paint work like a little bit more shade because it's almost like a glaze. So it might actually kind of give you more of what you're looking for with highlights.
Did you watch the person I told you about with the distraction?
No, I didn't.
Because actually, I watched a couple of videos, but I did also watch the master class on glazing.
Yeah.
Which I thought that was a really, really good class on Warhammer Plus.
You know, you just gave everything away, right?
No, I didn't actually.
Oh, kind of.
But I also watched.
Well, then I just gave it away. I'm such a jerk.
Not really. No, I was, and I gotta say, it was even better. In case you guys don't remember, on Wednesday night I was talking about getting a manicure because I was distracted by one instructor's.
Did you actually get the manicure yet?
I did not.
When is this?
It's $35 I don't have right now.
I will PayPal you $35 as long as you get photos of before and after.
And me sitting in the chair, right?
Pretty much.
But it was the girl doing the master class on Warhammer Plus who had her nails distracted me. So, but I have to say, when I watched the glazing course, it was actually a very informative course, and that particular thing had been sorted. It wasn't quite as bad. So
maybe someone said something.
They also had a really good kill team battle report that I thought was great.
Yeah. Well, I'm locked out of my account again, so I don't know what's going on.
You should. Well,
I don't know.
If it wasn't for my phone and computer keeping track of my passwords, I'd probably be locked out a lot more myself.
Yeah, I don't know. So
I'm beginning to think I should have left this model in pieces before I actually.
Dude, we've talked about that plenty of times.
Started painting it.
My manicure, you by putting glaze on your finger. You can put a glaze on your fingernails?
Some people do, as they're putting their glazes down. I do not, but
on your fingernails?
No. Sometimes I do on my thumbnail. I do that just to make sure how the transparency is.
How about, are you going to get a clear coat over your fingernails?
Probably not. I'll probably get them. If I do get it, I'll probably just have them buffed.
So you probably missed this then.
What?
I picked this up yesterday.
What is it?
This is for Monument Hobbies. He sells it as a mold scraper.
Right.
You know I'm not going to use it as a mold scraper. I'm going to use it as a replacement for my GW plastic.
Yeah.
Because one of the challenges I have with this plastic one is when I go to get some of the textured paints, like the thicker stuff, this thing's so floppy.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking this is metal. Yeah. So it'd be a lot sturdier.
I use this one.
Yeah, I have my sculpting tools as well.
Yeah.
I don't cross-contaminate my tools.
This is all I use this for.
Yeah. But I found this. I'm just going to use this. I found it.
I wasn't criticizing. I don't know why you're getting so defensive.
I'm not. Because then I'm going to modify it.
Well, that goes without saying. You can't leave anything as it was.
So what I'll probably end up doing is grinding down one side to make it more in shape with like this, the thinner piece. So you know me and how I modify my stuff.
Yeah, you nothing works for you. Everything's got to be a la Mike.
I figured you'd get a kick out of that.
I do get a kick out of it. Well, it's funny because it's true.
Anywho, I'm pretty much at a stopping point.
All right, I said I'm going to probably airbrush what I'm doing here.
Yeah,
so I'm hoping to have a little progress by Wednesday. So
my Stampa, like I did a lot of wash on my Stampa, like on the weapons and the smokestacks, and it's just sitting over there drip drying, with a lot of different colors going on. Actually, I just saw something I need to see if I can fix real fast before I get off.
Well, I'm going to switch cameras.
All right, I just saw something I didn't like. So,
oh no.
One of the advantages of washes is sometimes you can wash them away. I might have to take a thinner to that. Anywho, Let me switch cameras as well.
I really like the Instacolor set because the box comes with these.
Yeah, they got like little. Well, didn't because I think you gave them to me. I got these metal trays that came from another Scale 75 project.
Yeah, from Scale 75 sets come in those little metal trays.
Yeah,
This is the box we've been talking about.
Oh, yep, there you go. Look at that box. Is it wood?
It's wood.
That's the only reason I want it.
Well, I'm going to see if the Instacolors, because if the Instacolor right now, I'm leaving them in there. This thing doesn't open easily.
Well, because you're not supposed to use the paint.
But here you go.
Ta-da. Look at that. So what are you going to do with the box?
I haven't decided yet. I'm sure I'll find something for it.
Can I put a Stampa in it?
No. You can put a Stampa in yours.
No, is it big enough to hold a Stampa?
Very well might be.
Because earlier in the show, I was like, how am I going to transport my Stampa? It was actually a concern. I'm just kind of wondering.
How tall is your Stampa?
Probably 12 inches, 13 inches.
This box is 9 1/4 inches wide, 8 1/4 inches. It's 9 1/4, 8 1/4, and there's 5. It's 7 inches deep.
Yeah, it won't hold it.
It will hold a Land Raider. It'll hold that kind of stuff.
Maybe I'll put my squig off and some of my other stuff. There's no wood.
But yeah, this, and then what you get inside of it. This is the box it comes in.
Yeah, that's a neat box. I'll figure something out for it.
It's a very neat box. And then inside of it are 2 trays like this. Now there's the 2 trays right there.
Yeah.
And then you get
all the primers, right?
Yep. I'm getting there's 4 here. On this tray, which is the bottom tray, it's got these 4 holes. And these 4 Instacolor primers.
Yes.
And so you've got Bone Charmer or Bone Charm, Ice Charm.
Ice Charm.
This is the acrylic medium,
okay,
which is like Lamia medium.
Right.
And then you've got Holy Charm. Oh, Holy Charm.
So that must be like a super bright white.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Cool.
So what I'm going to do after we log off is take some of the Bone Charm, thin it up, put it through my airbrush, and give this guy a coat of that because I really want to see how the Instacolors work. I'm a little nervous because I've never used them before, and I'm actually going to try to do a model the first time, and hope it turns out well.
I wonder how the Instacolors would do through an airbrush.
Oh, we're going to find out because I'm going to probably do that as well.
Because I've used them. I use them on just like glazes and washes and everything else, like a contrast. But it would be interesting because contrast paint no go on airbrush.
Doesn't go through airbrush?
Well, it does, but I guess people say it's you got to really, really, really clean your airbrush out because I guess it's kind of goopy.
Yeah, it's got kind of a. I've noticed that, and this may be the same with this. I don't know yet. I'm going to try the primers to see how that works.
Right, and you would think the primers are more like a paint because it's meant to be a primer.
Yeah. The contrast paints, the texture of them, for lack of a better way to put it, is more oily.
Yeah.
Than acrylic paint. I've never done an airbrush.
Well, and people have used it through an airbrush. They've thinned it down quite a bit, but the one thing they just really, really recommend is you got to clean your airbrush after you're done using it.
Yeah, I can see that.
And it could also be because it's high, the concentration of the pigment. I don't know. I don't know what we all already know contrast paint's different.
Yeah, I'm gonna play with it. And see what
so just word of caution, I guess. Maybe use not your infinity.
Well, the other problem I'm running into is probably the next 3 to 4 weeks, I'm going to be tearing all this down and moving it into there, which is my second bedroom. So
why don't you just move your bed into the second bedroom?
Because I want to have my bathroom in my master bedroom.
I know, but tearing that down just looks like so much work.
Yeah, well, it is. It's going to be a lot of work. But see, this is one of the advantages. I have two son-in-laws that are more than willing to come help me do the moving. So
then you're good to go.
Yeah.
I think you can take advantage of that situation.
Well, I just want to, and the other room is a little smaller, and I think it's a little more conducive to what I want to do because I'm tired of having the two combined, and I also have furniture that goes in the master bedroom. So
Raymond just said he received some shoulder symbols from Pop Goes the Weasel. Do you need to do anything special to put them on the models I have already primed?
the only thing I'd recommend, buddy, is take a mold line scraper and scrape any primer off the plastic where you're going to attach them. And that's just a precaution. I'm 90% positive it will never happen, but occasionally what'll happen is when you glue them down, the primer will give way on where you glued it to because the glue adheres to the primer and then it can pop off. So all I would do is just scrape a little bit of the primer off so that your adhesive can get into the plastic.
Yeah. Is that a new shirt?
This is a new shirt. It's it's Volkong.
Okay.
King Volkong. I have two of this one. I have one that has Volkong on the front, and then this one's got the Chimperium and the Volkons on the back. And
gotcha.
My wardrobe now is I'm only wearing Pop Goes the Monkey apparel.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
I ordered you a gift yesterday.
What?
Pop Goes the Monkey has a ORKTOBER enamel coffee mug.
No way.
Yeah, and I ordered two of them, one for you and one for me, and I should have them hopefully next week so I can get them to you before the end of ORKTOBER. So,
and I will actually start drinking coffee out of it.
Pop on the Pop Goes the Monkey website. It should be premiered for Oktoberfest. And it's got a really cool October logo. They have a whole bunch. They have T-shirts and everything else, but I got the coffee mugs.
I was on the Crumlick website checking out their ORKTOBER models.
Right.
They're already selling out of certain things.
Like, yeah.
It's such a weird, I don't know. Other companies should probably embrace it just a little bit more.
Jeff, hang on 1 second.
David's asking if you can give him a call when you have some time. He wanted to chat about your site.
All right. Are you available tomorrow? Can we do it tomorrow?
I'll let you know.
No, I was talking to him.
No, I'll let you know if he responds.
All right. Let me hang on a minute.
It looks like you're looking for something.
I am. Hang on 1 second. See if I can get this done.
Are you sharing screen?
Yep.
David said yes.
Awesome.
I love being the go-between.
You need to let me in. There it is.
I did.
And see if I
can. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's me back in my beer drinking days.
Yeah, that's the ORKTOBERfest. I'm not sure if I'll get in trouble doing this, but that's what I'm doing. That's what I ordered. I ordered one for each of us.
I don't see why you'd get in trouble.
I don't know. You never know anymore. And then here's all their ORKTOBERfest stuff.
Oh my gosh, look at it all.
Yeah, this is just a sticker. So I thought the mugs would be cool. So I got mugs coming for us.
I am Mike, you are the best go between. Oh, it's all one word. Go between.
Yeah, that's how it works. Well, the fact that I'm 2,100 miles away doesn't help the situation. But
David, I like to refer to myself as a faithful translator.
Dude, you're a fixer.
I'm a fixer. Oh yeah,
you're a fixer.
That's why my wife and I usually do this.
You're like Roy Donovan.
Because when she's venting about her bad day, I'm trying to fix it. When all she wants to do is vent about it, and I'm like, "Well, do that. No, shut the fuck up." Oh, she's like, "Shut up! Just listen to me vent." Like I can't.
That was one thing I did that caused a divorce. It's because I always think like a manager. So rather than just letting share a vent, I would actually try to explain to her from a manager's point of view. And she always took it. I was taking the manager's side, and that's what I was doing. So but I understand it.
So you and I are the same way. Like I just never could turn that off, and I have to. I've learned over the years, and Andy's if you guys ever meet Andy, you'll understand. She's pretty blunt.
She's very direct. That's one of the things I admire about her, though. When her and I got to know each other a little better at LVO, she's very direct, and I respect that. I'm not one of those people. Most people like directness unless you're being direct with them.
It's like everybody loves honesty until you're honest with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then nobody likes honesty.
I respect the crap out of your wife. She's very direct. You have no doubts where you stand, what's going on, and but I have this. Now I've got like 4 years of therapy, David, under my belt for that very problem, because my entire family, I have this uncontrollable. I have to fix the problems.
Yes,
and
fix everything.
That's the hardest part about moving back, is that triggers that when one of my kids is going, oh, this is wrong, that is wrong. I instantly start in my brain start going, how can I fix that? How can I help them with that? And it's difficult. So.
Marriage advice from Mike and Jeff.
Don't take marriage advice from me. Just don't.
October is also my wedding anniversary.
That's right. Are you got on Halloween?
Yes. October 31st will be 22 years.
Wow.
Of blissful reprogramming of my mind. David says you just want to protect your kids, and there's truth to that. There's absolutely. A lot of truth to that.
But mine two of mine are in their 30s. One of them's about ready to cross that. So it's me being the protector and the fixer. Those days stop.
I don't think those days ever stop for a dad.
Well, you have to learn to control it, because that's
you.
Yeah, you do.
You control?
I do actually very, very good at that. I don't look at my kids anymore as in my children, in the respect of where I can tell them what to do.
Right.
I have to, or involuntarily or give them advice when they haven't asked for it. I wait for them to ask, and then I tell them, and then I walk away going, I have to tell myself they may or may not take it. And that's just something I have to accept now. But it took 4 years of therapy to get to that point.
You mean you treat them like adults now?
I try to.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like I give you advice, and it's up to you to decide to take it or not.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's what it is. All right. Well, anywho, so fun show today. Good way to kick off Orktober. Get your orc projects on the table. We will be back Wednesday night.
Wednesday night. Yep.
When does Darren come? Is Darren coming back in?
I think not this week, but I think he'll be back in Phoenix the following week. So 2 weeks, a week from this coming Wednesday.
So will he be joining us on the Wolfstand?
He's planning on it at this point.
Okay. All right. Has he got an orc project?
I'm sure he can figure something out.
Have you given him the rules of Orktober?
I have not.
Okay.
And I will mention it to him.
And again, any of you guys out there, if you happen to see Darren when he comes back, congratulate him on his recent award of the best game store in the Valley.
I thought that made my entire day.
And that was on his birthday too, wasn't it?
He got the notice on his birthday.
Yeah,
that was just fantastic, and it's so well deserved.
Yes,
especially when you consider that when I met Darren and I was working in the hobby industry, Darren was doing other things, and then Darren kind of slid into taking over the shop for me because he worked part-time for me at Waterloo North, and just to see, because basically I left for GW in '97, and by the end of '98, Darren had left Waterloo and I believe was going to start his own shop. And so to have that whole connection from that point where, Darren has just taken that to where it's at now is just, I was so happy and proud. So.
Yeah. Well, and what I was talking about earlier, with all the shops opening up in the Valley, he's still being recognized as that #1 shop.
Yeah.
So good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right. So we are going to go about our lives on this fine, fabulous October 3rd.
It's a gorgeous day here. I'm probably going to take a bike ride this afternoon.
I'm going to the farmer's market.
Have fun.
Yeah, it should be. It's just nice to go out and do stuff. It's the weather's nice.
I get it. I totally get it.
It's going to be like 85 degrees. Like when we were at Disneyland, the first day was like 91 degrees or 92 degrees. and
Right.
like all the employees were just miserably hot. And here's me walking around like, where's my jacket? It's like cold out. Like, and I was talking to one of the ladies at the at a restaurant waiting, like a hostess, and she was, oh, it's so miserable. And I'm like, this is great.
This is
But
nothing.
for Californians, if it's over 70, they're not happy.
Well, it is a balmy 76 degrees right now.
Yeah.
And that's supposed to be the high for the day. So I figure actually, because it's only 11 o'clock, we may hit 77, 78. Beautiful, not a cloud in the sky, gorgeous day. So
soon you will have snow though.
Yeah, but I like snow.
Yeah.
I'm one of the weird ones. I enjoy winter when there's snow on the ground. I can't take bitter cold and no snow.
Right. If like you get the bitter cold, like icy rain.
Yeah, can't do
Oh, that's the worst.
No.
It's like little ice daggers hitting you when it hits you.
If we got snow on the ground and it's cold, I'm perfectly fine. I love to go out and hang out in the snow. I love to take my lawn chair out and just sit in the cold, wrapped, bundled up, looking at the snow. I just love snow. And
drinking a hot cup
cold and no snow. No, huh?
Hot cup of cocoa.
Yeah, pretty much. Well,
yeah, so,
I originally wanted to retire to Alaska at some point.
I wouldn't mind living in Alaska.
Yeah, so
it'd be nice, but it's but for Arizona, you know what it's like right now.
Oh God, yeah.
It's like, this is like Arizona. This is why people live here.
Yep.
This is why we put up with 3 months of miserable heat. And
did I tell you why I decided not to retire to Alaska?
No.
There are people there.
You can get away from people in Alaska a little bit easier.
Yeah, true. This is true.
You can wander off and build an igloo someplace.
Ooh, that'd be awesome.
I wouldn't want to live in Alaska simply because I don't want to be driving down the road and go moose. Because a moose, they're like, they're a bit intimidating. I don't know if anyone's ever seen a real moose.
They're big. I have seen real mooses.
And I don't know. I would love to live in Australia if everything in Australia wouldn't kill me.
Yeah, that's basically when they did the whole Death World scenario for 40K. They were thinking about playing in Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got a social media friend that lives in Australia. Steve, you might know him off of Twitter, and he's a historical painter. He takes photos of stuff, and it's just like, it's just insane.
There was a video I saw it years ago about a spider that was basically the size of it was bigger than a basketball. And that's when I went, yeah, I'm never going there. I've not been to Australia, but I've never left the metropolitan area.
You didn't wander out in the real world.
Into the outback, as they say.
Or the bush. Don't they call it the bush? Something? No.
No.
It's called, what do they call the bush then? Is that jungle? More jungle-ish?
Oh, I have no idea. All I know is they call they call something the outback. I have no idea where it's at. And it's not a steakhouse.
Oh, there, because I sometimes on my feed on Facebook I get this. Meanwhile, in Australia, like video clips,
yeah,
and it'll show like a spider crawling into somebody's car or like crazy animal stuff going on, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't care how gorgeous the landscape is. If everything can kill me, I don't want to live there.
If you really want to, if you have any friends from Australia that come over, and you're like me and you like to poke the bear, take them to dinner at Outback Steakhouse. And
why?
Because there's a lot of things about Outback Steakhouse that annoy them. First being, they show the Australian flag in the restaurant, and it's not accurate.
You mean marketing didn't do the research?
I took a buddy of mine. Well, I didn't take him, but a buddy of mine named Kieran Henry is from Australia, and he worked in the States for a long time. And GW took the trade team out for dinner for steak, and we ended up at an Outback Steakhouse. And Kieran, the entire time, was obsessed with the fact. First of all, they serve Foster's beer,
which is in Australia.
Yes, and he says the reason they serve Foster's beer is no one in Australia will drink it. And he was obsessed with the fact that the Australian flag they had hanging on the wall was not accurate. and I mean obsessed about it. And I can't see I'd be any different if I went to a place in another country that called Americas or something like that.
Right.
And it was wrong, but it was just funny. So I discovered that if you really want to poke your Australian friend, take him to an Outback.
I might do that. You know me and poking bears.
Yeah, it's a hobby of mine.
Yes, yes. All right, we've rambled. This is what we do. So, all right, everybody, you all have a wonderful weekend. Work on your work projects. I will get my Stompa done this ORKTOBER, and we'll see you all on Wednesday night.
Take care, guys.
Bye.